the bird. The question is, the python, bufo toad, iguana, and lionfish are all known as what in South Florida?
Say that again because I feel like it's a trick question.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just picturing all of them teaming up and doing something together.
That'd be horrifying. And that's how the humans go down, by the way. When the animals all attack us, it's over.
Well, didn't the corona come from a bat?
I'm just saying, like, if you walk down the street and hamsters are coming at you, is what I mean. They all turn on us. That's when we meet our match.
The python, bufo toad, iguana, and lionfish are all known as what in South Florida?
Indigenous species?
Indigenous species. Jaybird, I got to tell you, you are so close.
Oh.
It's invasive species.
Damn it!
The opposite
Yes.
of indigenous. Invasive. All right, this one's for you too, Brooklyn and Ireland. 3, 2, 1, bring in the pain.
Oh, God, I'm so close. I hate this game.
I know, it's tough. The kids love it, though. The kids love it. Do it for the kids.
Broadcasting from the offleaseonly.com studios. Don't pay more. Save thousands on low mileage 2016 through 19 cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. Offleaseonly.com. This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Somebody been hitting my buttons over here.
Okay. Papa Bear.
There we go. All right. Now we're, I believe, all right. Maybe. No. Okay. There we go. All right. Hello. Good morning. What's going on, everybody?
Papa Bear with the hair.
Oh, yeah. It's another day. Keeping it going, man. As long as we can, baby. Just holding it together one day at a time.
It's like an athlete going through a streak.
Yeah, it is. It is. Just, as long as you can hold it together, I think probably, as we go back to this, I was kind of thinking if you watch KVJ TV, you could probably do a timeline. And as you probably watch KVJ TV, you'd be able to say, I have a feeling that probably was like late March. Oh, that probably was late April. And I have a feeling we're going to look a lot different late April than we do in late March.
Definitely,
just a thought.
Yes, definitely.
Just a thought, so you'd be able to tell.
I'm keeping the beard trim, but the top, the hair is growing wild.
Yeah, that's a term now. They call it quarantine hair. A lot of people are going with that look. They say that a lot of people are going to come out of this looking like Jesus. So they say that the beards are going long, the hair is going long. People are just saying, hey, when you can't get out there and do some of those services, that's what it's going to be.
I'd be Afro Jesus. My hair doesn't grow down like that. I would do anything for Jesus.
It goes
hair.
up, huh?
It goes straight
You're
up.
like a troll doll?
I mean, you can bring it down, but baby, we gotta relax her.
Really?
We gotta really comb her down.
I say you just go wherever nature takes you, man.
I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are going to be doing. So hey, you'll be able to tell. You can dial us up if you want to see what's going on with us and do your own little journal on how we look.
I mean, I would grow out my hair like Virginia if I could.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be amazing?
But yours is gonna grow like up and round, like beautiful, like a afro. That's what I've always wanted. You have the best case scenario. When you grow yours out, it's gonna be big and puffy and awesome.
Since I was a little kid, I've always wanted a ponytail down to my butt. I thought that would be the coolest haircut.
Yeah?
Just, wasn't in the cards for me.
Well, let's hope one day your dream can come true.
I would love that.
That would be amazing. So, yeah, here we are. It's a little bit of a chilly day out there. Got to kind of enjoy it, though, because I know that the clock is ticking on when it's going to start getting real hot. But it was nice and chilly when I walked out this morning.
It was really hot the day before, and our poor sweet Denny's air condition broke.
Oh. Yeah.
But you're right. It was nice last night.
Did he get it fixed?
I don't know. He was all involved in that yesterday. Did it get fixed?
Okay.
No.
Dang.
I got a guy.
All right. He's got a guy, too. I don't want to get into an air conditioning war.
We all have guys.
Yeah, we all have guy. He's got a worm guy.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I believe that's considered one of the essential businesses, right?
Air condition?
Yeah.
I
Is that
would-
still working? Yeah, Suits is telling me yes.
If it's hot out there, I would imagine that's got to be essential, right? In South Florida?
Yeah, they said that.
Okay.
AC
Yeah.
repair, construction, stuff like that, they're not shutting down.
Yeah, in fact, they said construction might get a boom because it's going to be easier to do some of the work. You know, they're always having to deal with traffic and work around that. Well, now with less traffic or almost no traffic, they say that some of the road construction projects might be able to cruise through, and they assure everybody that they're taking all the proper precautions to keep everybody safe as they're out there working. So we'll see. Maybe a few positives. I saw it's good for sea turtles as well. They said that they may have a record crop of sea turtles this year because ain't nobody out there on the beaches messing with them.
Thank goodness. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So there are a few little positives here and there. The little coronavirus odd positives. There are a few good little things there. Looking at the little gratitudes we got. Just happy to have you guys with us. Thanks so much for locking in. You can watch us on KVJ TV, on YouTube. Also do those smart speakers. All you have to do is just say, play the KVJ show, and we're going to come up live right now.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, if you're going to watch Good Morning America and you're wondering what happened to George Stephanopoulos, he took to Instagram on Wednesday to share that he is now going to be quarantining because his wife tested positive for the coronavirus. She's going through it. So far, he has said that he's not having any symptoms, but will be working from home for the foreseeable future just to keep everybody safe.
So that basically means if any of our family members or anyone we come in contact with, if they test positive, that means the entire cluster right here has to be quarantined?
I think so, just because we don't want to be around other people and expose them to it. Yeah. DJ Jazzy Jeff has revealed that he may have the coronavirus. I guess he's had pneumonia and he's recovering from that. He lost his smell and his taste, which is a main sign of the coronavirus. A lot of people are talking about that. If you lose your smell and your taste while you're struggling with a lot of the symptoms, they say it's probably the coronavirus. He says, please take this serious. Stay safe, everybody, because that pneumonia is no joke that he's battling through. Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood took back to Facebook after crashing it a few days ago. 5.2 million people tuned in to watch Garth and Trisha live on CBS. It was their whole little thing they did, a special. And on top of doing the special, they also donated $1 million to the coronavirus relief efforts. So that is awesome of them.
Honestly, Garth has got so many hits that I kind of enjoy.
I don't know how he picked which songs he was going to do for the hour-long special and what he left out, because you know he had to leave good stuff out.
I never listened to him, but anytime his songs come on like on a shuffle, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like Garth Brooks a little bit.
He had a good run there.
He did.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
It's time for viral audio.
So how's your kids? How's your wife?
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, I was trying to figure out exactly how long we're going to be locked down. I know the state of Florida was just ordered for a statewide lockdown. We kind of thought maybe yesterday on the show that was probably going to be coming pretty soon.
And what exactly does that mean?
It is just more standard, you know, what we were talking about yesterday and what we've been struggling with here in South Florida, because, you know, we pretty much are the biggest part of Florida that is dealing with the coronavirus, is that county to county, and even within counties, the cities themselves were making up separate ordinances of what you could do. And it was so confusing that you're like, okay, wait, what can you not do? Where can you be? What's going on here? And people wanted a statewide thing. And he was like, well, there's some parts of the state that just don't, you know, have a lot of effects. But it was just getting to be so chaotic. You know, that one photo where you had the beach that was divided. Remember, the one county had all these people on the beach, and then the other one was desolate. And they're like, this is the insanity of this. Makes no sense. Like, we got to do something about this. And then finally it got to DeSantis, and he said, all right, let's go on ahead and shut down the entire state is basically what it is. So he's ordered a stay-at-home order, and it starts at midnight tonight. just to let everybody know. So you got today, and then after that, I know we've got special papers because we're deemed to be an essential business, so we're allowed to come to work. I believe you're going to have that to be on the roads.
You do. You have to have that to show it to them.
At any time?
I think after the effect goes in at midnight tonight, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could, yeah.
It's not a curfew situation like it's forced to be in your house at night, I don't think. I think it's just anytime you're out, it has to be for essential business.
And
but you can still go to the grocery store.
They're just not flagging people and pulling them over, but I'm reading every single day in the local blotter, there's some idiot that's got all kinds of cocaine and meth and everything else on them, and they just look like they're not going to an essential business. And the cops are pulling them over and catching them with a riding dirty.
Well, there's nobody on the road, really.
Right.
So when
you stand out.
When you're shady, you do stand out. Especially when there's no one else out there.
Yes. So those kind of people are getting pulled over a good bit.
And just know, if you've got a car full of drugs, maybe keep it in your driveway and stay in your house.
It'd be a good thing to do, yeah. Now, leaving the house is still permitted for plenty of activities, jobs, and services deemed essential. Now, that's going to cover your gas station, grocery stores, medical offices, car repair businesses, banks, and more. And it says here in the Sun Sentinel that the new order also defines essential activities as attending religious services, recreation with proper social distancing from others, taking care of pets. I was surprised to see the attending religious services. So that apparently is on the list.
What?
There's one guy, there's one preacher who he put the call out. He says, we're going to do a Woodstock type of prayer ceremony.
Yeah.
And people are like, what?
I know. He's doubling down.
We're going to hold an outdoor Easter blowout service, not online. A national gathering. You can come from all over, like Woodstock. And we're going to gather and lift up Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You're an idiot.
Once again, Jesus is like, help me help you.
There's also a church in Louisiana that held a service on Tuesday because the pastor says the virus we believe is politically motivated. So
These people are so dumb.
apparently the virus is blue. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Is the virus Republican or Democrat?
I don't
Just
know.
tell me, because
I think
I need clarity.
I think it's a Democrat.
Okay.
Yeah. So what does the Republican vice president say about the lockdown date?
We believe we're in a much better place by June the 1st if every American will put these guidelines into practice. We really do believe that by Memorial Day weekend or by early summer, we can be through the hardest part of this.
Okay. All right. So that possible timeline, if you're always trying to reset to figure out what you can and cannot do and what plans you're going to have to cancel. Also, this might be some positive news. There's a doctor that's at the front lines of the pandemic thinking that maybe he found a short-term cure.
My team has successfully taken 5 antibodies that back in 2002 were determined to bind and neutralize the SARS virus, and we've evolved them in our laboratory so that now they very vigorously block and stop the CoV-2 virus as well. It's sort of like a short-term vaccine, except it works immediately. It could take 6 to 8 weeks to take effect, where this is going to take effect within 20 minutes. You could either give it to a patient who's sick, who is experiencing COVID-19, and then within 20 minutes of receiving the shot, their body's flooded with those antibodies. Those antibodies will go surround and stick all over a virus and make it so it's no longer infectious.
Okay. Well, that'd be some positive news. Hopefully some developments to fight the coronavirus. Somebody texted in, said, so it's still the same. People are still going to go out and not stay home. I work at Lowe's, and they come in their entire families. Yeah, there are some stores that are stepping up and trying to curb, because we do talk about that. Sometimes at the stores, people are like going, I'm trying to buy cereal. And there were 3 people that were all over me, reaching around me and breathing in my face.
Not going to lie. There's been a few situations where I had to go out, and I was kind of shocked about how people were all up in my business.
Well, I told you about that crazy lady in the beans aisle at Publix. She's holding up the beans as she's standing in the middle of the aisle, and you can tell she's just crazy and nervous and scared, but she's like, oh, these are great. These don't expire till 2022. Ha ha ha. And she starts laughing maniacally, but as she's laughing and I'm walking past her, she literally spit on my arm, and I thought I was going to melt down in the aisle and just start crying.
I'm not going to lie. I got delivery yesterday too, and I was doing my best to try to do the social distancing.
Yeah.
This cat literally hands me everything. I mean, he's right in
You
my...
got to stop him before he gets close to you. You got to say,
tried.
stop right there and put the bags down. That's what I'm doing to people, and it scares them a little bit.
It did. It scared him. Because I knew the guy, and he's normally... I probably get him once every 5th time he delivered, and he's such a friendly dude, and I was trying to be kind of like polite, and he didn't really understand it, and he looked kind of offended.
Yeah, I know. Some people are that way.
He's like, oh, thanks, man. All right.
It's an odd feeling.
I'm sorry, man. I just hear Virginia in my head.
It's awkward and weird.
If you feel weird, just say to him, I think I might have it. He'll back up real quick.
It was one of those things where I wasn't completely... it kind of just happened, the meetup.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, man.
Well, Costco, to address the text we got from the person at Lowe's, Costco's got new hours now and social distancing guidelines that they're going to start rolling out. There'll also now be a limit of 2 people allowed into Costco per membership card. You talk about the entire family comes rolling in. Well, Costco's going to start cutting that down to 2. And customers age 60 and older or with physical disabilities will also be able to shop at a special set of hours from 8 to 9 a.m. Tuesday through Thursday.
That's good.
I do want to... This is a note I got from a Costco insider that works there. Now, keep in mind, this is 2 days old, or maybe 3 days old. At that point, they had hot dogs available still.
Okay.
They're delicious hot dogs available for the public.
Well, good luck keeping the people away now.
Yeah.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason, youtube.com/KVJ show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
I think Jaybird forgot the
We're doing a
flow
show?
of the show. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I will tell you what I got on my mind here today.
He skipped you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking at Denny's.
Oh,
We
okay.
know. We saw
Yeah.
you just in there yucking it up.
I forgot our commercials are a little shorter these days.
Yeah.
I did not realize, but last night I was online. I've been very confused for a little bit of time here because I got into a Netflix show that I saw. My wife and I have watched all, 5 seasons of it now. I talked a little bit about it. S-Bombs Creek is the only way I feel comfortable saying it on the regular radio.
Right.
But if you know kind of what that is, you know what the show might be. It's Eugene Levy. He's got his son David in it, plays in the role. It's a comedy that is on. And I've been seeing it was a while ago, maybe even going back to February that, hey, S-Bombs Creek is coming back and you could watch it. And I'm like, okay, where? I keep going to Netflix and always checking, nope, still season 5. That's it. And then last night I was on Twitter and they're like, hey, the final episode is airing on Tuesday. I'm like, I forgot. It's one of those shows that Netflix gets after it runs on the regular networks. So I think it runs on Logo and Pop or Crunch or something like that. And then I saw Comedy Central. And so I went into my X1 DVR that I got from Xfinity and I checked on it and boom, it was there. Every episode on demand this new season.
Wow.
And then I'd had the finale on Tuesday just when I thought I had nothing to watch this weekend. So if you're a dummy like me and doesn't fully get how it works, yeah, it's not on Netflix yet. But remember, there is still cable. And if you've got that and an X1 DVR, you can get it on demand and watch that.
And just like that, your weekend got cozy.
It did. It got very cozy. So I'm excited for that. I did see, and I probably not going to happen with everything else getting canceled, but they were going to be coming, the cast, to Hard Rock Live and doing kind of a meet and greet or, I don't know, some kind of Q&A or something like that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it was scheduled for, I think, late May, but probably not going to happen realistically. All right, Jaybird, now what you got on your mind?
So, do you guys ever watch movies to pump you up or to make you feel better if you're a little bit down? Because there's a scene in Empire Strikes Back. Anytime I get the blues, I put this one scene on, and it's where Yoda is talking to Luke about just how we are all connected.
Okay,
We're all part of the universe,
Yeah.
and, from the trees.
From the
Sorry about that.
Shut up, Jaybird. Get off the stage.
Yeah, that's what happens. When you don't show up on time, you get cut off. You get less time.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's why when you weren't in here, it threw me off and I forgot to turn the thing off.
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, yeah, there's certain movies that I'll watch, and I'll just go to this certain scene, like I'm saying, the Empire Strikes Back one. Another one I love is the Braveheart speech. Freedom!
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't watch that scene and not think you can go just move a few mountains, Virginia.
If you go on YouTube, can you extrapolate that and just put Braveheart freedom scene?
Yes, they're for the most part, you'll be able to find most of these scenes. And then the one y'all aren't going to be that familiar with, in Karate Kid 3, Daniel LaRusso, he's about to lose the tournament, Virginia, and Mr. Miyagi says, Daniel, it's okay to lose to opponent. Must not lose to fear. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It's okay to lose to an opponent.
The other ones were the Cobra Kais, but who was Daniel's team?
He went right in on it, too.
I'm so into this right now.
Yeah.
I'm over here trying to be all positive, trying to find inspirational movies you can watch.
He's had a tough segment. He showed up late, then got cut off, and then snoozed.
I wasn't late. I swear, I was actually doing research for this segment.
Oh, you were? Okay.
I was.
All right.
Well, Suits gave me, I was actually yelling at Suits. That's why I was late. Because he told me his favorite one is when Bill Pullman is the president from Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that one is so cheesy and corny. I don't like that one.
No, the one for me that I go back that gets me pumped up, it was like the end of the Rocky movies. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Rocky 4,
No.
Rocky 3. When I was a kid, I'd go back and watch those. Yeah.
Is it Rocky 4 when he tells the Russians, if I can change and you can
I don't watch that part of it.
we can change?
No, I just watched the fight part where he's, down and out and he keeps, grinding through and, fighting through it. Those are all, I always love watching the end of the Rocky movies.
V, you got any movies that pump you up?
I like comedies. So like Mean Girls, Legally Blonde, girl power comedies make me happy.
And this is when the segment jumped the shark.
No, I get what she's saying. I do it I used to do it all the time. I would go back, for instance, and watch Old School, which was a movie that came out like 18 years ago now, something like that. And I would watch, it's just certain parts of that because it was so funny. I would do the same thing with Caddyshack. There were some that I just loved the lines. And you would laugh. So, yeah, I'll find myself watching parts of comedies over again because that part is great.
I'll do that, too, because, like, for example, Wedding Crashers, the first 10 minutes of Wedding Crashers is my favorite.
Yeah, right.
I love when they're at the mediation table and they're talking. And
yeah, you don't have to watch the whole movie. In fact, I rarely did. There was maybe a list of about 5 or 10 movies that I would go back and I'll watch or rewatch frequently, but not the entire movie. I don't need the whole movie. I just go to this one scene or this part of it because I know that's where it picks up.
Same thing with Superbad. A lot of those, I'll watch the first hour. The first hour is always the best, in my opinion, all those comedies.
Yeah. And there might be a part that's great, and then some of the comedies don't end well, so you definitely want to turn it off at a certain point. So, all right, Virginia, what you got in your mind?
Well, I think it's no secret that I am definitely the most stressed out member of the KVJ show when it comes to the whole coronavirus. So a lot of times when I'm stressed, I try to figure out, okay, what can I do to make things better and get my mind off of it? This week and next week, we were supposed to be promoting the Crawfish Festival because it was supposed to happen on Saturday, next Saturday. Obviously, nothing's happening, so the Crawfish Festival is not going to be happening. But my crawfish contact, the place that I get my live crawfish from, down in Deerfield Beach, Pop's Fish Market actually called me yesterday and said, hey, we got crawfish. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah, I actually do want them. So I'm going to go down there today and I'm going to get a bunch of crawfish and I'm going to boil them up and give them out for free tomorrow morning to anybody who wants them. I'm going to make them in little baggies and we'll give them out like we gave out the toilet paper.
Yeah, okay, that's
Anybody
really cool.
who wants crawfish tomorrow and they're sad and they love crawfish and it would make you happy, like it would make me happy, I'm going to make a big, huge batch of it and give it out
really cool.
for free right here tomorrow.
Oh, very nice. All right, so the coronavirus get you down, Virginia?
This is what I do to make myself feel better.
That's good.
I cook a lot.
I think, when you've got, some kind of purpose in what you're doing that keep you busy and saying, hey, you know what, I'm doing my part and doing what I can.
Stay creative.
Stay busy.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with helping out. There really is.
Yeah.
Find what you're good at and help.
Absolutely. One thing that kind of cheers me up, it's fun. Sometimes misery does love company, and there's a website called FML where people go on there and they just kind of like write. They're typically funny. It's taking something that's going on bad in your life and it's putting a funny spin on it. I always love kind of checking in with that. So if you want to hear some funny bad news, I got that for you coming up next.
It's KVJ. When and where you want it. Listen to the KVJ Show and the After the Show podcast daily, commercial free. Search your smartphone's podcast app to listen for free. 97.9 WRMF.
Yeah, I'd say that a lot of people are a little bit stressed right now. There's a couple things that, could be getting you down, but look on the bright side of life. Whenever you can, even when it's the most tough. There's a website called FML that sometimes whenever I need a little bit cheering up, I just pop on there and people take kind of a positive spin on the bad things that are kind of happening in their life. Jay Bird, you said that even you can relate a lot of times.
I don't want to admit this, but this is the second time this has happened to me. I was going to the gas station. I had to get gas. And you know when you go in there and sometimes you put the card in there and it says you must walk in. I had to walk in and I had to pay with my gas with cash.
Okay.
So all that was going down and I'm on empty. And sure as crap, I walk out.
Yeah.
Walk into my truck, don't pump my gas, drive away, and run out down the street and had to call Denny's to help me out. FML. FML, baby.
That is an FML.
That's the second time I've done that in my life.
That's amazing.
But you know what happened? It threw me off.
The people at the gas station would be so confused. Like, didn't you just come in to get gas? Or did you just run out of gas?
You're their favorite customer.
It was awful. It was a to-do. Denny's is like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
See?
This is why you need a camera crew following you. But they can't intervene.
Yeah.
They cannot step in to help you. They just have to roll footage.
It would be the whole reality show would be me yelling at the camera crew. Come on, guys, please help me.
You're right. You got to step back.
It's because it threw me off.
Looking live, yeah.
I thought the card was going to work, and then that little audible of me walking up.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. If I get distracted and off course, then who knows what's going to happen. If you go to the website, it is FML. You can go on there and see what other people are putting. Some of the ones that I pulled off that I saw yesterday, it says, today my university's dorms closed due to COVID-19. And when I asked my parents if I could stay with them, they said no because we're social distancing. They weren't joking. I have nobody else to stay with, and I'm now legitimately living in a tent under a bridge until this pandemic ends. So how about that, huh?
Whoa.
Everybody's got a different story to tell, so you're feeling bad about your current situations. At least maybe you're not living in a tent under a bridge. Somebody said today, because I have coughed a total of 2 times in a row, I'm now banned from seeing any of my family until I get tested for coronavirus. The earliest available appointment is May 3rd. Looks like quarantine is going to be a lot worse than I thought. FML. Wow.
That's heavy.
Yes. Somebody said today I'm self-isolating with my mother who hogs the remote but doesn't know how to use it. Every 5 minutes I hear, what have I done now? How do I get back to the other channel? And then I go to help her and she won't let me.
Man, I used to go through that with Ann. Not only her remote control, but with her phone. Did not know how to operate it. She always thought the phone was broke. We got her 3 different phones.
I remember that, yeah.
They were all fine. She couldn't hit the right buttons.
No, it was the phone.
Oh, yeah, it was always the phone's issue.
And he said, yeah, you know what? She just likes yelling at the TV. So what are you going to do? Somebody else on FML said, today I was using the bathroom at Costco when a janitor forced my door open so that she could mop. Then didn't bother to close it again. Apparently the handicap stall was too big for her to see me sitting in the corner, and I had to awkwardly squat walk all the way to the door to close it.
Oh, my.
Yeah. You ever done that squat walk?
How do you not notice somebody's in there?
No, just people are, distracted.
Maybe they're drunk. They could be high.
You don't know. Yes.
Look, I mean, I was completely sober and I didn't pump my gas. People just zone out sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, a lot of people got a lot on their mind these days. Somebody said, today I found out that I could never go to my local movie theater again, not just because of the current lockdown. No, the guy I gave some embarrassing drunken hand relief to at a party now works there.
Hand relief? Oh, that's an odd term. I don't know if I that is so radio friendly.
I think I know what that means. Does it have
You know what it
A
is.
symbol?
Yeah, I'm drunk at a party. Hash seems like a good idea. And then,
Hand relief.
hand relief, yeah. You know, yeah.
Ugh, exactly.
Don't invite me to that party.
Somebody else said today I caught my boyfriend in the bathtub interrogating his peen and then drowning it when it wouldn't answer him.
He was talking to it?
Tell me where the money is.
Where's the money?
Tell me where the money is. He was waterboarding it.
Is that what's he doing?
He's going through it. I actually get it. If I had a penis, I'd probably be talking to it too right now.
Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. Pretty crazy stuff. So there you go.
I mean, how do you bounce back from that if you're the girlfriend?
That is
Just
a tough one, yeah.
Shake it off.
Don't you see your boyfriend?
Oh, he would.
You see him in such a different light, don't you?
I think this is happening with a lot of relationships. Quarantining is either bringing people closer together or driving them further apart. And finally on FML, somebody said, today I had no choice but to unclog a toilet with my bare hands.
Well, hopefully it's yours.
You always have a choice. Do not go in there with your bare hands. No.
I don't know if you always have a choice, V.
I always have a choice. I am not putting my bare hand in there. I'm sorry.
Boy, that's tough, huh? That is some tough stuff.
I'd go get something, anything, a broom, a shoe, a friend's hand, not my hand.
These stories, though, do make me feel better. I like it.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. So if you need a little pick-me-up, just go to FML, the website, and you can see some of those. Oh, yeah. A lot of people enjoying their snacks with the quarantine action that is going on. It's going one or two different ways. Maybe some people are taking their health and fitness a little bit more seriously. Other people are like, you know what? I'm just going to go right to the comfort foods. Well, today would be your day then, because there is 2 official food holidays today. Today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day today. Make sure you celebrate that. And it's also National Burrito Day.
I mean, talk about just 2 great dishes.
Yeah. Both very big in comfort food.
Thank you to the person who sent me the video. There's this woman, she's taking Uncrustables. She takes one of those donut holes to make it into a donut. Then she drops it in the grease to fry it like a donut, and then she covers it in sugar. A little Uncrustables sugar donut, baby.
Wow.
If you're really looking to never fit in your pants.
How about that, huh?
It looked good, though.
Yeah.
If you're looking to get bad, that's the kind of thing you want to get bad with.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about some of those interesting concoctions that people have that they make that are great, and a lot of people are falling back on those. Kellogg's is jumping into the game as well. They just announced a new product called Jumbo Snacks. Basically, they took cereals like Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes and made larger versions of these cereal pieces and then put them in little single-serving bags so you can eat them as a snack with no milk required.
That's Kevin's nickname. Kevin Rawson looking like a jumbo snack.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. They said that they're going to go on sale next month. It's kind of interesting. So, like, if maybe you had like a large piece of like a honeycomb or something like that, it would look like an oatmeal Debbie cream pie, or something along those lines.
Is just my game.
Would that be messy though? Because as you're eating the cereal, it would start.
Baby, if it ain't messy, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
I like to get a messy food.
But I think it'd be crummy though, right? I mean, isn't that kind of why cereal usually is bite size? You pop it in your mouth, and then when it explodes, it's all contained within your mouth.
Bottom line, cereal needs a bit of a pick-me-up, something to shake that whole system up. I'm for it.
You are?
I
Okay.
am.
Jumbo Snacks. What's your top 3 cereals, favorites?
Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch with the berries, and then it's always that third one that's tough to go through, baby. Ah, man. Can I please get back to you on that?
Yeah, I'm sorry to put you on the spot. That was tough.
I'll give you the 2.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Peanut Butter Captain Crunch is my number 1. If I had, hands down,
Peanut butter Captain Crunch is so much better than the one with the crunch berries. It's not even close.
Look, you said CTC, and CTC deserves to be in the top 3. Yeah, Captain Crunch. It's all about that after milk.
Oh, it's so good. I remember as a kid when I would get that all the time, it was hard to find. And I remember it was only, and that's one reason why it was so special maybe, it seemed like only 1 out of every 3 times that we would go to the grocery store, they had the Peanut Butter Captain Crunch. Is that standard?
Really?
No.
I find it every time.
Yeah.
And there's an organic version that they have that we like in our family called Panda Puffs. And it's also a peanut butter puff, but it's just made with better ingredients.
It does not taste nothing like no Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch is the king.
Yeah.
It's very close.
It's not.
And it's better for you.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely not close.
winning and winning.
Well, you want to know some of the reasons I moved out of Logan, Ohio? Couldn't get peanut butter Captain Crunch whenever you wanted.
Well, Fat Kevin, there is a
That's
whole
tough.
new world out there, my
I know.
friend. You can get, peanut butter Captain Crunch on the reg now.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And now with jumbo snacks, you can get it even larger.
Do you like Captain Crunch for an ice cream topping?
I've never. Oh, yeah, I have. I've done the regular as an ice cream topping, and it was good. Regular Captain Crunch, I like the flavor of it, but they do the sharp corners.
They do. They ruin your mouth.
They would ruin my mouth, and with ice cream, it made it tough. Yeah. So I've only done that, but I think it would be a good idea. I don't know why more people don't do that.
Oh, you got me wanting to just have a cereal party now.
You got to crunch it up, though. It's just it's too abrasive. If you don't have the milk to soften it up, you have to crunch it up.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually like the almond milk. I like the almond milk better than regular milk.
It is kind
vanilla.
of yeah, it's sweet, isn't it?
Oh.
It actually has more flavor to it.
I'm liking
It's like sugar milk. Of course you like it.
I know, but isn't it better for you?
If you're lactose intolerant, yes.
I'm not, man. I'm good to go. I got a stomach like a rhino. You can't
You
get
do.
through to this thing.
Yeah.
On the inside or the outside?
Both.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, their regular diets, as routine is thrown out, so is a routine on a diet. And so people are just kind of weird. I know with the time schedules, too, and the shifts with kids doing the virtual schooling now that you may have gotten out of bed and you'd have a standard breakfast. Like I was online just kind of looking and somebody's going, I can't believe it. I ate a whole box of chocolate pretzels for breakfast. And that's kind of like the stuff that people are doing.
They're there. You're there. It's like, okay, it's a convenience and opportunity snack.
Well, and here's the thing. Like right now, you got to pass. I know Jaybird loves this. He always loves finding an excuse to be able to ditch the diet. And so whenever you've got something like going, you know what, I would, but
I just feel like the entire planet's off the diet right now. And we're all in this together.
You kind of might be right. It's tough.
The kind of snack, the one that's going to put the most weight on me, are the Uncrustables, because they are high in calorie and they're easy to eat. You open up the bag and you're already into heaven.
Thank goodness you don't have a deep fryer.
I know.
Thank goodness.
I was thinking about ordering one.
No.
Why?
You should get an air fryer. That's what all the people are raving about now. It's healthier, and you still get the same taste of a fried food, but without all the terrible stuff that's bad for your heart.
Okay, just kind of like those Panda Puffs, taste just like Captain Crunch. Not buying it.
Not buying it.
I'm trying to make you healthier.
You think guaranteed if we took an air fryer and a regular oil deep fat fryer and we put a food in front of you, you would easily tell the difference.
Easily tell the difference.
Okay.
Look, I get it. The fried food is not what you want to do to be healthy. But right now, I want a little fried food in my life.
Halo Top ice cream tastes exactly like real ice cream.
Yeah, get out of here. People, stop sending me that email, because Halo ice cream does not taste like real ice cream.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ show. Man, I knew it. I just knew it. People are not eating healthy for breakfast. You know what? It's a quarantine, baby. Do what you want, right? Today's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day and Burrito Day, too.
I mean, that's kind of messed up, though, to put both of them on. They don't deserve to share a day. They deserve their own day.
Breakfast burrito, those are delicious.
They did not coordinate here. They should have coordinated, and they did not, clearly.
Some of those breakfast burritos they're like 1,800 calories. They are ridiculous.
Well, when you get it, it's super huge, and then you put a sauce. Like
extra cheese.
Yes.
It needs extra cheese.
And then you need the hash brown coffin on top of it to keep it all nice and tight, baby.
Amazing, though. Amazing.
I just had a burger 2 nights ago with hash browns in it. I am a fan of that.
Okay.
That's a nice topping.
It is, yeah.
They make those flat hash browns you can make pretty quick.
Yeah.
Throw that right over your burger.
Not going to argue with that.
Oh, baby.
Not going to argue with that. So I'm just kind of curious who's having the least nutritious quarantine breakfast right now, and bam. It seems like no one is eating healthy right now, at least from the text messages that I am getting coming in right now. Let me see. Somebody is having Funfetti Entenmann's cake.
Okay, my friend. I love it. It's a good flavor.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else said that I'm having Cheetos and a 16-ounce regular Coke for breakfast.
Okay.
We can make that breakfast happen pretty quick here.
Somebody said I got a slice of bread with mayonnaise, a slice of cheese, bacon, more mayonnaise, and another slice of cheese on top, and I got 2 of those.
Okay, like a bacon, like a BLT sort of.
It's a bacon cheese sandwich. That kind of sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of mayonnaise, though. Some
That's
people
a little
love,
too much.
Some people love mayonnaise.
I don't. Not too much.
I love mayonnaise, but you're right. You can go too hard, and if mayonnaise stays out more than 15 minutes, it turns yellow.
You a sour cream guy?
I used to be, and now sour cream grosses me out. It's very bizarre.
I think it's so gnarly.
I do too.
It's so polarizing. My daughter loves it. I'm like, I even just took a little bit on my tongue yesterday just to try it out. I'm like, this is terrible.
2 reasons why I don't like sour cream anymore. It starts to sweat. It gets really sweaty, and it's a bit of a bully ingredient. If you have sour cream, you taste nothing but sour cream.
It feels like it's always a gamble to me.
Yeah.
It's one of those, to me, there are some foods that are super safe, some that are very questionable, like you put an oyster in a very questionable category, and sour cream is right there. It's like, it's not worth the gamble.
I think I lied to myself many years thinking I liked it, and I just didn't, because it looked like ice cream.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know.
Somebody else is having an oatmeal cream pie and a Yahoo for their very non-nutritional quarantine breakfast right now.
They're going to go run for an hour.
Uh-huh. Somebody said, I just left Wawa, driving to work. I got a bottle of chocolate milk and a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel.
A lot of chocolate milk out there, and it's kind of making me want to...
I love, if there were nothing to it. My son, I would say 80% of his diet is chocolate milk. And
really?
He's a chocolate milkaholic.
Did you love it?
I did. I love it now. I will, every now and then, I will splurge and,
Well, welcome
I
to
get a little crazy.
Welcome to the show, Fat Kevin. It's nice to have you here.
Nothing better than some chocolate milk, my man.
Chocolate milk with chocolate donuts with the cream inside of it.
Yeah.
Now, that's just good living.
Good living.
I mean, until your heart gets enlarged. But yeah, it's very good.
Yes. Okay, so if you got something else that you are eating that is not very good, your least healthy quarantine breakfast going on right now. O'Neill's on here from Boynton. What is it you got going on right now for breakfast, O'Neill?
Well, for me, I got a corn muffin from Costco's.
Yeah.
And what I do, I cut it in 4, and I stick it in the toaster oven just to warm it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I slap in between those 4 slices Publix brownie, double stuff, whatever you want to call it, ice cream with whipped cream. And I told my daughter, I call it the sideway toilet.
The sideway toilet?
Sir, I think that is outstanding. I can't wait to try it myself. It's great.
Wow. Okay. That actually doesn't sound bad. It's an odd concoction of things together, but man, I'm telling you, underrated food is cornbread muffin. My goodness, man. When they are done right and you got hot butter melting down in between that thing.
With nuggets of corn in the cornbread.
See, I'm not a corn chunk person. I like mine without the corn chunks, to each their own.
Mama.
I love it chunky and I love it cheesy on top.
You know, you would make great if you made a cornbread grilled cheese. The cornbread's the bread, baby. Oh.
You could absolutely do that.
All right,
ain't nobody eating healthy.
You would have to use a really get a dense cornbread recipe because you don't want it to flake and fall apart while you're trying to eat your grilled cheese. But if I could figure out a dense cornbread recipe, that would make a great grilled cheese.
Somebody threw out here in a text said, "You guys tried the peanut butter Chex? So good. I haven't even heard of that. Chex is doing a peanut butter flavor.
I like their cinnamon Chex.
I know.
I like when they get I love a soggy cereal.
And I'm a big fan of Chex Mix. Oddly enough, maybe an underrated cereal.
We got to eat here. What are we doing? This is food foreplay.
Time to get it together, right?
Someone's a little hot and bothered.
Time to get it together. Your celebrity birthday today. Big old shout out to Kvj from Migos. He's turning 29 years old today. Also got to say a big old happy birthday to Anthony. He is turning the big 1-3 with lots of love from Mom, Dad, Della, Leah, and Maya. And also happy belated birthday to my wife, Teresa, from David, Molly, and Shmoky. Shmoky. Wishing a birthday. Big old shout out to Lizzo. She's one of the celebrities that have stepped up and, been helping out just a little bit, whatever you can do. got to say that maybe Lizzo's a KVJ hero. We're looking at that KVJ hero for the day. Yesterday, we started talking about just some people that really need a shout out for all the awesome stuff that they are doing. And we did a lot of shout outs. And I even really liked, especially yesterday, the individual shout outs to healthcare workers that are right there on the front lines and the stuff that they were doing. Even heard a nurse by name that is volunteering for extra shifts, and she wants to work with the patients that have been diagnosed with coronavirus. You're like going, you want to talk about a hero right there.
That is brave.
I mean, that is just some amazing stuff. That's the kind of stuff.
That's Mission Impossible level.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That is a KVJ hero of the day. And so we've been on social media every other day just kind of asking for some submissions on who you have seen and what they've been doing. And we even got some emails, too, people that are saying, hey, I want to give some shout-outs to a lot of people here. G. Bennett, hey, shout-out to all the farmers. They're still out there working, doing stuff, putting the food on the table, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Keeping things going. Also got a shout-out here. Mark had sent us an email, and he said that there are a lot of people who are behind the scenes, not just the frontliners, keeping things going, like electricians. We have to go into the areas of hospitals and put up temporary power so they can house more COVID-19 patients. And we are exposed to it every single day. Who would have even thought like electricians going in there and having to work in those kind of conditions?
Right.
And shout out to dispatchers, too. They still have to go into work and do their thing as well, too. So a shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody said, hey, how about acknowledging pharmacists and their roles during this pandemic?
Yeah.
They're not provided with protection as they're dealing with clients on a daily basis. And can you imagine how many people that start feeling symptoms go rushing right into their pharmacist?
Sure.
That are like, hey, help me out. I don't feel well.
All the sick people right now that are trying to get diagnosed and they don't have symptoms bad enough to get admitted to the hospital, they're all going to the pharmacies to get medication that, may or may not work depending on what they have. But yeah, the pharmacist has to talk to all those people.
Mm-hmm. I would get so fat if I was a pharmacist.
Yeah?
Well, just think about it. You're so close to the deli. Like, my pharmacist, it's the public.
Not at Walgreens.
Well, you're right. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Or CVS.
If you go to Publix, it's okay. You're right. I was speaking out of turn. Sorry. But if you worked at a
there's a million reasons you would never be a pharmacist.
But if
the draw of the deli is probably low on the list.
I should have corrected if I was a Publix pharmacist. All right.
A couple other shout outs here. One from Karen said, yes, like to call out Crystal Wood Aguito. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. A food blogger and founder of Eat Palm Beach is helping Palm Beach restaurants struggling to stay in business. It says here that with many ties to the local food scene, she's working to raise funds to help supplement revenues during this unprecedented time. And it's going to help place catering orders to drive business while social distancing is in effect. And her goal is to provide food to our nurses, doctors, and first responders in the area, as well as families in need. And they got a GoFundMe up. We'll put that on the KVJ Cares page. Thank you very much for that. There's a lot of people who are stepping up and doing that. We were giving a shout out to Okeechobee Steakhouse yesterday. That is the owner there is stepping up and doing some good stuff. There's also a cool little story, a few of them, that there's a guy who owns a bunch of restaurants in Indiana that did a fundraiser where he cut and dyed his hair and got the Tiger King haircut.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, why not?
Why not? If there's ever a time to get weird, it is now.
If you've already got the length to make it happen, absolutely you should do it.
Yeah, he's using the money to pay his staff.
That's cool. I love it.
Anthony's Coal Fired Pizza is going to be donating 10,000 pizzas to Feeding South Florida over the next 2 weeks. For every pizza purchased, Anthony's will donate a large pizza to Feeding South Florida's food bank families.
Very cool.
Thought that was nice. Delivery Dudes is donating all Palm Beach County delivery fees on April 4th and 5th to Hospitality Helping Hands, a nonprofit organization created to provide meals for local South Florida hospitality workers laid off during the coronavirus shutdown.
Nice.
That's awesome that they are doing that. You've also got Einstein Brothers Bagels. You buy a baker's dozen, and they'll give a baker's dozen to a community in need. So they got this promotion that is running as well. You got everything from sandwiches and bagels and all that kind of good stuff. Elizabeth sent that in. Thank you, Elizabeth.
I love bagels, and I never eat them, and I love them. The everything bagel, that is such a good bagel. And
It's solid. It's
never,
everything.
It's never on my
It's
list.
everything.
It's everything.
It is everything.
It's everything.
And I barely ever eat it.
Uh-huh. And a little heads up, too. There's some good news on National Burrito Day. Chipotle is going to be giving 100,000 free burritos to healthcare workers next week.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Love that.
There you go. So there's a whole bunch of really good stuff that people are doing. So appreciate all of it. Another thing that we are doing is we have got the hashtag KVJ Adopt a Bartender that we're doing. I know that a lot of bartenders have been laid off during this very tough time. And so what we're doing is we're having bartenders send us a video, 20 seconds or less, name basically where they worked, a little bit about themselves, and their Venmo number. And then we're posting that up on our website, kvjshow.com. And you go on there, if you got just maybe $20, you could drop a $5 tip to 4 different bartenders if you want there. One that we got a video from is Alex Vargas.
Hi, Kevin, Virginia, and Jason. Thank you guys so much for even giving this opportunity for the bartenders who unfortunately are out of work right now. Just sitting here with my dog, and this has really impacted me personally because I am 13 weeks pregnant, so kind of not a good time to lose your job, but I love you guys.
Okay.
Aww.
Love you too.
Good luck. Stay safe. Stay home.
Mm-hmm. So you can go onto the website and give a little tip to Alex Vargas. Just go to kvjshow.com. All right. So is Corona killed your relationship? If so, how? David is on here from Miami. Hello, David.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much, buddy. What's going on? How did Corona kill your relationship?
Well, I got laid off from my job, so I had to be at home. We all have to be at home to be safe. And I will say, to be honest, I have been smoking weed more so than I used to because I'm not working.
It's just that you can be honest. You're in the nest.
Yeah,
You've been waking bacon.
Trust me, you ain't alone with this crew.
So my girlfriend told me that I'm turning into a lazy pothead that lays on the couch all day. That's the way she sees it. I see it as I'm keeping us safe by staying home.
Okay.
I'm being told everybody's stay home if you don't need to get out of the house.
You're a hero.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's how I see it. I'm a hero, and so we got into a fight and we broke up. So now I'm quarantined with my non-judgmental brother. So that's
Yeah.
Wow.
How about that, huh? Yeah.
Well, some relationships are not going to weather the storm, and the ones that do, you can go through whatever for each other. When the going gets tough, you want somebody who's going to be able to handle it. You don't want a wimpy relationship. You want a tough one.
I would agree with that. You can get through staying with somebody through a quarantine weeks on end.
Don't forget, hurricane season's right around the corner, y'all. So after quarantine comes hurricane. So if they can't make it through quarantine, dump them before hurricane.
Yeah. And we're supposed to have a bad hurricane season. Just add to it, yeah.
I
I know, right? Every day.
And America ran out of ice cream. No, I'm just kidding.
Right now, should you get a pass for laying on the couch and smoking a little extra weed?
Yes.
Okay. You give that pass.
Absolutely.
Well, unless you've got your 6-month-old kid in front of you.
Yeah, true. But it sounded like that wasn't the case. She's just on him. She's like, all you doing being a lazy pothead. I'd be like, well, what do you want me to do?
She's against him smoking so much weed. I mean, what else is he supposed to do? Build a birdhouse?
If he doesn't have anything to do at home, like he's not working remotely or attending meetings via teleconference, yeah, let the guy lay and smoke some weed to chill. You need to chill. Why don't she smoke some weed?
I wonder what it was, though. When in her eyes was it too much weed? Because she probably was cool with them smoking weed.
Maybe day 1, day 2.
What was it about his habits that made her go, this isn't cool? He's been smoking weed literally for 11 straight hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People that smoke weed need to quarantine with other people that smoke weed. Like if you have a judgy girlfriend that hates weed, she's probably not a good quarantine partner if you plan on smoking.
That would be a terrible quarantine partner.
Yes. Maybe Denny's could open up like a wing of a hotel. And you just have all the potheads live there.
Yeah, I just feel like that wouldn't be that safe either.
No, probably not. Though I would like to see somebody really high build a birdhouse.
Denny's would be great at building a birdhouse.
That could be very entertaining. Somebody texted in too and said being stuck at home is actually saving my relationship. We've sat and had real conversations for the first time in months. We're happier now than we have been in months. So yeah.
Aw, that's nice.
I'd like to talk to the other half though, just to see if it's reciprocated.
Oh gosh, all she wants to do is talk.
Oh my gosh.
All the time. She doesn't shut up. All right, well, we are the joke jury. We'll let you know if your comedy is funny or not. What you got for joke 1?
What kind of wedding cake do sad couples prefer?
I don't know. What kind of cake do they prefer?
A multi-tier.
Okay.
I like
multi-tier.
I
Okay.
like it.
Yeah,
All right,
get
yeah.
a tier. Okay.
Yeah, that's smart comedy.
That is smart.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's smart.
Real smart. Let's see. Second joke for you guys. What does Boy George call a lizard with good grammar?
I love the setup.
George. Call a lizard with good I don't know. What does he call him?
A comma chameleon.
Comma chameleon.
I get it.
That's really cute.
Great punctuation.
You're over the age of 45.
Yeah, kind of an old reference. Third joke. How do mythical creatures socially distance?
I don't know. How do they do it?
They unicornantine.
Okay.
Unicornantine? It's tough.
Kevin.
It's tough.
Okay.
Okay.
I was very hopeful.
You like the setup?
Fourth joke. Who stops people from jumping on trampolines?
I don't know who.
The bouncer.
Okay.
Oh.
Jaybird?
I know you love
You
that.
love bouncers.
I'm laughing more
Come
for
on.
Virginia's.
That one's cute.
That was cute.
That's adorable.
Ready for a flamethrower right here. Just, come on.
Yes, and
Yeah.
final one here.
Yeah.
Why was the cannibal looking for a porn star?
I don't know. Why was the cannibal looking for a porn star?
To get a piece of ass.
Just so there.
Okay.
So vulgar.
Just so there. Okay, well, thank you very much. Plenty of time in your quarantine to write more jokes for next week, Denny. Thank you very much.
I'm actually
yes.
shocked how vulgar it was. Yeah.
Coming up in a couple minutes, we got some suggestions for Stump the Bird. Boy, all the kids are getting into it, including Lucas, Christian, and Joshua. You can see them right there. They have got what they believe is a stumper for Jaybird. We're going to
love it.
see as kids 6th grade and less are throwing their own virtual schooling questions at you. Can they stump the bird? We'll find out next. Well, how's the virtual schooling going in your home? I know Virginia's having good success with it. Her daughter Magnolia is apparently just crushing it and doing a really good job with it. It's a little bit tougher in my house. I know my wife has been struggling a little bit trying to keep our 11-year-old son Cannon focused on it. And they say the first day of online classes in just Palm Beach County alone had 146,000 students. So that is a lot of kids to try to do a different, and I was watching a little bit of it, just see how it was going. And I don't understand how the teacher is. And, you know, the thing that's kind of tough about it, too, because some of the kids aren't muting, you know, when they're.
So you can hear what's going on in their house.
Yeah, and there's so much commotion in our house, unlike most houses. I'm there, and, you know, our daughter's there, and the mother-in-law's. And so there's all kinds of noise, and people are screaming and yelling, and, you know, probably some language that a classroom shouldn't even hear. And it's just, you know, there's all kinds of chaos happening. And you're a teacher trying to wrangle this, and every now and then you hear all these noises. I'm telling you, hats off to these teachers that are trying to go through it. 'Cause
Amen.
It does not seem that it's going to be
And the parents,
easy.
too. You know, the parents are melting down and struggling with it. I mean, teachers and parents are really working together and breaking their backs to make this happen.
They say that more than 80% of Palm Beach County's traditional public school students logged on Tuesday.
Nice.
So that's good to see that they're doing that. And that's just the new way that it's going to be going. So what we got here is we're sending Jaybird back to school as well, doing some virtual learning here. Stump the Bird is what we got today. 3 questions that kids are submitting. And our first one here that came in, we have got Lucas, Christian, and Joshua. Lucas is in the 3rd grade, Christian is in the 2nd, and Joshua's in kindergarten. They're from St. Jude Catholic School in Boca Raton.
Nice.
And they have a question for Jaybird to try to stump the bird here today. They would like for you to name the 7 continents.
Oh, gosh.
Name the 7 continents. All these questions are 6th grade level and below.
North America.
Okay, yes.
Australia.
Okay, 2.
Africa.
Okay, you got 3.
You've got... Hold on, all right.
Okay.
North America. The Arctic's in there. Arctic. The
Okay,
Arctic.
yeah. Antarctica, yeah, I'll give you that. 4.
What am I? I'm at 4.
You're at 4. You got 3 more left.
China, Asia.
Okay, yeah.
Asia.
Boom, boom, boom. You got only 2 more left, Jay Bird.
What am I missing? South America?
Okay, boom. You got 1 more to go.
What am I missing?
Very large continent.
Big one.
Yeah.
Big one. Big
Yeah.
continent.
It's densely populated.
You got this.
Well, I guess maybe not. Sparsely populated. Sorry, the opposite.
What? I'm drawing a blank here. I said North America. I said South America.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. It's a big old sized continent.
I said
that is
Africa.
Sparsely populated.
Yes.
Europe.
Did he say Africa? Oh,
I said
yeah.
Africa.
Okay, you did say Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, this one. And what was the other one you just said?
Europe.
You did.
There you
got
go.
it all.
Now you did it.
Got it all. Nice job, Jay Bird.
Those
Nice
kids
job.
are keeping me honest.
Yeah, that was a tough question.
That was tough.
They also listed the 5 oceans. And you know what's tough about that? Okay, how can you do?
Okay, Indian, Atlantic, Pacific.
Yeah.
Hold on. Indian, Atlantic, Pacific.
Yeah.
Why am I?
I know it's
Oh my God.
it's a tricky one.
I
Yeah.
used to know this.
Well, the thing that's tricky about it, yeah, Arctic is in there.
Arctic.
Yeah, but then there's one more that everybody always forgets. Southern.
I don't even. That we were taught 4. We were
Yeah,
never
I
taught
think they've
5.
added that, and that's that's why that's a
tricky.
stumper one there. So there you go.
The
All right.
Arctic Ocean, man. Wonder what creatures are lying down there at the bottom.
So many.
Okay, Jay Bird, that was so many. That was a good start here. All right, let's see how you do on the rest. All right, a couple other submissions that we got here for Stump the Bird.
That's right. There's more questions, right?
Yeah, you got 3 total. You got 3
I
total.
feel so good. I got that one. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. What is the name for a territory under the complete control of a distant country? What is the name for a territory under the complete control of a distant country? Stump the Bird.
What is the?
Yeah, what do you think that might be? When you hear the answer, you be like, okay, all right, yeah, I knew that. It's one of those kind of questions. Final answer?
Takeover.
Takeover. No, it's colony.
Colony.
The name for a
Colony.
territory under the complete control of a distant country.
Dang, that is some.
I would have missed that one.
That is some old school junk right there.
That's a tough one. Yeah, the kids did you wrong on that.
You
They
did me
submitted
wrong.
it.
They
Yeah.
good one though.
Yeah.
The kids are texting in. They want to know where the shocker is.
Oh crap.
Kids.
Oh, yeah.
I got the first one
Oh,
right.
he did get the first one right. Yeah. So yeah,
give me the shocker.
I thought
I'm
maybe
taking
he
it.
had it on.
Oh yeah, I gotta get shocked now.
Okay.
It's occupied.
Okay. All right.
Denny's is gonna get it. I'm in the middle of the test. I gotta go get my own shocker.
You got to punish yourself.
It's rough, man.
It is
How
rough.
does a man stay focused, Virginia?
All right, I'll give you another question here. Final one in Stump the Bird. Question number 3. How many feet in a mile?
Oh gosh.
Oh, boy. Feet?
They're teaching this to kids 6th grade and under?
Feet in a mile?
How many? I remember they made you memorize all of that crap. How many liters are in a kilometer?
Gosh.
Liters aren't in a kilometer.
They had all kind of.
That's the weirdest question.
Boy, that one's hard to do the math on.
They made you memorize.
How many liters are in a kilometer?
You know what I'm talking about. How many quarts are in a metric?
You're adorable.
Yeah. Okay. Any idea, Jay Bird? Take a stab at it. How many feet in a mile?
Can I get my one shock over with first? Because that's on my mind right now. Can you just shock me, get it over with? Or
I
just...
can. I just want to do it on Insta Story, so I'm going to have to ice the kicker for 1 second. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. Bring in the pain!
Okay.
Oh. Wow. Punch that mic really hard.
It's higher. It has to be higher.
No, it's
It has to be.
4.2.
Get out of here with that crap.
I swear.
All right, let's get focused. All right, let me get this one wrong too. How many?
Okay, the final one here. How many feet in a mile?
How many feet are in a mile? You got 12 inches in a foot.
Okay, how many feet in a mile?
You got 3 feet.
12 inches in a foot.
I'm just trying to get to that.
Go the other way.
I know. I'm just trying to get my base down.
Yeah. How many feet in a mile then?
60 minutes usually takes an mile. 10 minutes. Okay, I will go with 4,000.
Okay. Yeah.
4,890.
4,890. It's not right, but it's not too far off. 5,280.
Wow, you were close.
Yeah.
I was sort of close. So
And this would be the part where you get up and you ask the teacher for partial credit.
Oh, I totally did. Do I get partial credit, Mrs. Sinicki?
You're pretty close. I would say yeah.
Maybe a lower shock?
Maybe
No,
a lower shot.
No,
Lower
just,
shock,
just no.
I'll bring it down a little level.
No, don't bring it. Just do because I don't want to hear the Johnny Come Latelys on Twitter. Oh my gosh,
I told your ass don't read the comments.
Oh, you need to do the same thing because you're reading the comments too.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Bring in Le Pen.
It didn't work.
Oh.
It didn't work. Oh God!
It's always a delay, isn't it? Always a delay.
He gets lulled into
Yeah.
a false sense of
He is.
security.
He's like, oh, it's good. It's
Oh,
not going
great,
to
it's
work.
broken.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
All right, kids, you can send in your questions, mail at kvjshow.com. Let us know your name and your school, mail at kvjshow.com. All right, time for another Raise Your Hand poll where you can find out some interesting stats here from the KVJ show where we admit to stuff by raising our hand. If you're watching KVJ TV, you'll know exactly who's admitting to what. If you're listening to the radio, you'll know the percentage of KVJ show members. And if you listen to our After the Show podcast that comes up, it is on our podcast app and it's also on YouTube. You can get these stories behind the people that are raising their hands here. Okay. First one. Raise your hand if you could forgive a partner who cheated on you and stay in the relationship. All right, we got myself, Virginia, Jaybird, Denny's, and Suits. 5 people. Okay, so raise your hand if you could somehow forgive a partner who cheated on you and stay in the relationship. Raise your hand if you could. All right, 1 out of 5, 20% could only forgive.
I wonder who that person is. I wonder who's all forgiving.
I
on
can
the
tell you
show.
who it ain't.
Yeah, I can tell
I've
you.
been calling Carol Baskin feeding somebody to a tiger.
There you go.
Okay. Raise your hand if you have a text on your phone that you wouldn't want your parents to read. Okay.
Stop blowing the game.
Stop yelling at me.
Okay, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 60% there. They've admitted that they have a text right now on their phone that they would not want their parents to read. Okay. Raise your hand if you've had relations more than twice this week. In the last 7 days. Have you had relations more than twice? If so, raise your hand.
I mean, quarantine, guys.
Okay. 1 out of 5, 20% of the KBJ show has.
To be young and still a newlywed.
Yeah.
Stop ruining the game.
You already did.
Okay, raise your hand if you've ever done drugs with a celebrity.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. All right, we've got 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Oh, I can't wait for those stories.
I don't know if I can tell.
Oh, my.
Jeez, I ruined the game.
Yeah, every question.
Stop ruining the game.
I just get so into it.
Oh, I know.
Your questions are so leading, Kevin.
Okay, 60% of the KVJ show. And final question here in our Raise Your Hand poll. Raise your hand if you've ever done something sexual while in a ride share. Uber, Lyft, something like that. Raise your hand. And it doesn't have to be going all the way. It's just that there were probably some naughty parts touched, at least. There you go. All right, we got 1 out of 5.
You animal.
20% on that. Okay. There you go. Those are the percentages of the KVJ show members. What are the stories behind it? You definitely want to lock into our After the Show podcast today. YouTube, we do it at about 10:15 a.m. You can check it out live. It's also always on demand. In fact, you can go back and watch yesterday's That is up there right now, or the day before, or whenever you want to go see it. It is going to be around. Well, there's a lot of people that are struggling right now. Just reading how many people have been laid off, and there's just every day, unfortunately, there's just more and more stories about stuff that is happening, and more people are getting laid off. But there are some initiatives that are underway to try to help alleviate some of the financial burdens that are out there, and some people are stepping up too. I thought it was really great. Got an email from Joanna, and she has a housekeeping business. It's just her, and she works by herself. And she's had some cancellations. It's made things a little bit tougher. And one of her regular clients called to cancel all the way through April, but said, hey, look, I know you can't come here and clean my place, but I still want to pay you, even though you can't. And when I asked her why she was doing that, she responded that she appreciated my service and didn't want me to go through any hardships through this difficult time. I thanked her, and I told her how much I also appreciate her kindness and generosity. I'm going to be using that extra money to get ahead on some bills this month, just in case. Little does this client know that she really did help me, and this made me feel so good and so grateful. A little kindness does go a long way. Thank you, Joanna. That's a great story.
It's beautiful. Yeah, if you've got extra money, now is the time to share.
That's why we're asking with our KVJ Adopt a Bartender, if you do have even just, like I said, a couple bucks, $5, you go on to kvjshow.com, see some Venmo accounts, and drop a little tip to some area bartenders that have been laid off through the whole thing, like Matthew Parker. He is up there right now at kvjshow.com.
Hey everyone, Matt from Southern California here. My wife and I both recently just got laid off in all this coronavirus chaos, and with 2 children, one with spina bifida, we've been really struggling and could really use your help. We love this whole community that the KVJ show's created, and we just would really appreciate anything that you could send our way. Thank you so much, and God bless.
There you go. All right. MG Parks is his Venmo. MG Parks. If you go in there to Venmo, you can drop a couple bucks to Matt and his family and see all the rest at kvjshow.com.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, just kind of a note to everybody, especially since we're going to have a statewide stay-at-home order for the state of Florida starting at midnight tonight. It does feel like it's going to get a little bit more strict. They just handed us a new piece of paper that we got to use. We're deemed essential business, but we have to have that with us if we don't want to get like a ticket. And when we get pulled over, we got to be able to present that. And if we can't, then they'll be like, you need to stay the bleep at home.
Yeah, I'm looking at my paperwork right now.
Okay, look at you. You're on top of it, huh?
Should be lost by noon.
Okay, let's hope.
Can we staple it to his head?
No, I'm going to put it in the old glove box.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. That's probably a good place for it.
Yes.
Put all my important paperwork.
Yeah.
Social
Birth
security
certificate,
card,
yeah. Uh-huh.
birth certificate. If anybody wants to go in his truck, it's all in there right now.
there.
It
Yeah.
actually is.
Uh-huh. Just to let you know, every single day I got another story of people right here in Palm Beach County, actually. This is a Loxahatchee guy that was out driving around early Friday, violating the town's curfew there in Loxahatchee. And sure enough, when they pulled him over, they look and they see all kinds of drug paraphernalia, and then they find his heroin, his amphetamines, his ecstasy, and the rest of his drug paraphernalia. The guy was loaded down. He was not riding dirty, he was riding filthy. This is not the time to be riding filthy.
That's next level.
We said it earlier. If you're doing shady things because there's no traffic out there, you're going to stick out.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, so just don't do it. A guy in Australia got pulled over on Monday for doing 100 miles an hour in his Lamborghini. But he had a good excuse. When he was pulled over, he let the cops know he was rushing to the hospital to get tested for coronavirus. They did still give him a fine, though, and his license was suspended. So no word on whether he tested positive or not. I don't know if they're doing testing sites in Australia.
I don't know either.
But it doesn't sound like a legit excuse.
Here, you have to be pretty symptomatic to get one at a hospital, unless you go through one of those drive-through tests. But you have to set up an appointment for those.
So you can't just show up to that thing.
No, you can't.
Yeah. It's I know that the calls have been crazy. It was a day one. I know for the 15 ballpark of the Palm Beach, it's like 330,000 calls, something like that. They got in day one.
They're booked.
300 wow.
You can't even get an appointment till like next week now.
Really?
When it
Wow.
opens up, you have to try to hurry and be one of the first.
They're trying to open up more places. They're trying to get one in southern Palm Beach County. They're trying Hialeah. They're trying southern Miami-Dade. Those will hopefully be opening soon. More testing sites. And the city of Miami Beach is getting its first mobile testing site today. That's going to be at the municipal parking lot on Collins Avenue, right next to the Eden Rock Hotel from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's open Sunday to Friday, but appointment only.
I found one that you have to pay for. Now, this is not the free one that's offered by the government, but
Okay.
I have a friend that has had symptoms since Monday, and so I did the research and found one on the Treasure Coast that will come to you. You have to pay. It's called Evergreen, and they are a medical facility, and they're doing the testing where they send a nurse to you, and they'll test you, but it's $300.
Wow.
So...
Okay.
There's options, but it's a crazy, crazy time. You can't just show up at the hospital and say, test me. They are not going to test you unless they admit you.
Right. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. There's a man in Missouri that got arrested for purposely coughing in the air and on the doors at a Dollar Tree store. He also opened several cooler doors and then breathed on them. Then he stuck his hands down his pants, pulled them out, and then he used his fingers to write COVID-19 in the condensation that formed on the door. He left the store but was caught later that day and charged with making a terroristic threat. The store was forced to close and did a deep clean before reopening, but
yeah,
come on, man.
That is messed up.
That is. We need everybody to cooperate just in this time period. Give us a month where you can just not be a tool.
Just for 30 days. Come on.
Lock him up.
Oh, yeah, you got to lock him up.
For a while.
Put him in the hole.
Yes.
And talking about the testing, there's been a lot of issues with it. In fact, a batch of coronavirus testing kits that were being shipped from Luxembourg to the UK were scrapped because the kits themselves were contaminated with coronavirus.
Oh, my gosh.
How crazy is that?
That's insane.
Yeah, it is. There's just, every time you turn around, there's another story big going, oh, that's pretty insane. So that's just kind of the world that we got today. That's pretty insane. Well, what are the things you're doing at home to pass the time? You know, you got a lot of time on your hands.
Oh,
now.
yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of people are just trying to figure out, okay, what can I do here? I'm getting a little bit bored. Jaybird, I know you were making videos last night that people could check out.
Yes, me and Denny showed off all my little figurines in our Weird and Whatever studio, which is basically just my living room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We had a special appearance from Lana.
Oh, you did?
Didn't even know she was coming over.
Wow. Well, she probably is likely, I would say, definitely infected.
She is. Yeah. What, Virginia?
Don't let Virginia find out. She don't want you hanging with
She is
infected people.
gross. What are you doing?
Yes.
I didn't invite her in.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually excited because this weekend we're going to mulch the backyard. I'm actually pumped about that.
That is, yeah. When
Terrible.
you're looking forward, I organized a drawer. I'm like, this is still awful, but it's something to do.
It's amazing how we've had to lower the bar of entertainment so low that I'm like going, gosh, you know what? Not only do we have mulch, we got sand coming too.
I mean, mulch sounds like just good living, my friend.
It's good stuff. Yeah. We got kind of a little area in the back where we have sand down and we have chairs we can sit and chill. And yeah, it's kind of a nice little area there.
That's very peaceful.
Oh, it's so peaceful. Yeah, we've been spending a lot of time there. The weather being so great, the backyard's been fantastic. So,
oh my gosh, today will be great again.
Oh yeah, that's been one of the really nice odd positives is that the weather has been so awesome here in South Florida. We've been spending a lot of time just out back, kind of chilling. I'm just like, gosh, man, we live in a beautiful place. So I'm very thankful that we are where we are, having to go through what we're having to go through. But we asked the question on our social media: what is the most pointless thing you've done out of boredom since the lockdown? And you know what the number one answer was that we got? Most pointless thing that people have been doing out of boredom?
What?
Watching Tiger King. That was the most popular answer that we got.
I did it. I think we all did it.
Yeah.
I definitely did it. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, it's just amazing how quickly that guy has kind of like turned into a phenom, and a lot of the people that are on it.
Here, kitty.
I'm not even lying to you. There's like 6 different Tiger King related stories in the dirt of the day. If we wanted to go all Tiger King, I could go 2 dirts deep.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, every day it's because all the stories from that are coming up to the surface.
That's what they do. They're really good though at getting. I remember when Making the Murderer dropped, they had so many stories out on all of so many.
Yeah, some sideline stuff comes out.
They're keeping that thing going.
Yeah.
I even noticed the Here Kitty Kitty video. At least the version that I watched it. It was at 900,000 views. I showed it to Denny's yesterday. It was at almost 4 million. So people are checking out his music too.
Okay. Will you humor me for a second, Virginia, and let me know what story you had? Is there something that stood out?
I mean, I've got so many.
I had heard the one.
Dylan Passage, the Tiger King's 24-year-old husband?
Yes.
He hasn't been able to talk to Joe Exotic because now Joe is on a lockdown with the quarantine for 14 days.
Oh, yeah. He went to a new facility.
Exactly.
In Texas.
They put him on COVID isolation.
Uh-huh.
And he can't talk to anybody. He can't leave the cell. He can't do anything.
Okay.
So nobody's really having any kind of contact with him, and he's at the peak of his fame.
Yeah, I know. And go figure, he can't be out to witness any of it. I guess he's getting a lot of emails, and he's responding to those as much as he can. The thing I thought was interesting is the woman who's accused of feeding her husband to a tiger, that Carol Baskin, she's furious with Netflix. And she is letting everybody know that her former husband, Don Lewis, that a lot of people think that she murdered and then fed to tigers. She said, just so you know, he was like losing his mind months before he disappeared. She claims that he was an avid dumpster diver in his final days, and he would bring home random homeless people to sleep at their house. And then she also said he began defecating on their property grounds, and she said he clearly was a sex addict too.
Whatever, Carol.
She totally murdered him.
We don't believe you, Carol.
Hey,
your
kitty,
actions
kitty.
after his death with the life insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, girl.
Mama's got some treats for you.
Well, you know who really thinks that Carol Baskin did it, and this is somebody who knows all about killing your spouse. O.J. Simpson had this to say.
I've had so many people on my case asking me to watch some show called Tiger King. Well, yesterday I watched this show, and oh my God, is America in this bad a shape? I watched about 6 episodes of this show, and I couldn't even believe what I was looking at. White people! What's with you and wild animals? Leave them animals alone. The show is crazy, but it's so crazy you kind of keep watching. One thing I will say,
okay,
there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that lady's husband is Tiger Sashimi right now.
Oh, and I would know.
I know murder.
I know all about killing a spouse, y'all.
And getting away with it. Because if I did it,
why didn't I get a tiger? It would have been so much easier. I had to work for my murder. Yeah, so that's the number one thing, the most pointless thing that you've done out of boredom since the lockdown is watch Tiger King. Number 2, Vanessa had said, yeah, I watched my daughter try to pop a kernel of popcorn with my hair straightener. That's how bored I am.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't hate that.
If that works, that's fun to watch.
That's kind of, can we do that for the show?
Give it a shot.
I don't hate it.
I mean,
You're
what
gonna
else you
burn
got to do?
yourself.
Most pointless thing you've done out of boredom since the lockdown? Sarika said, I counted ants outside as they were going into a hill as my kids played in our yard. I realized then I was bored. Tammy said, I watched my neighbors on both sides of my house mow their lawns, and I made mental bets on who would win.
Aww.
That's pretty. See, you're gonna be okay. You're creative. I like that.
She did say, I lost. Mrs. Patron said, I used a sewing needle to clean out the lint from the USB port of my phone.
That's smart.
Okay. Good use of your time there. The most pointless thing you've done out of boredom since the lockdown, Timothy said, the current comment that I'm writing. Thank you. Also, Vanya said, I watched The Platform on Netflix.
That's the movie I'm talking about.
I know.
That is a mind freak, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. And Dave said, most pointless thing that I've done out of boredom since the lockdown, watched the Bird's live Facebook video with his toys.
Yeah, that's one of my... halfway through, I go, Denny's, is anyone even watching this? Is this even any good?
Oh, man. Talking about what you're doing, bored up in the house. Ryan said, I'm so bored, I've been using my telescope to see what everybody in the neighborhood and the high-rise condos have been doing downtown, watching on their TVs.
That's called being a peeping Tom. Well, it's so weird. You're not a peeping Tom if you are in your house, but if you're walking outside, you become creepy and a peeping Tom.
Well, I'm just wondering how many people got a telescope with good intentions, thinking, yeah, you know what, I'm going to look at the planets, all that kind of stuff, and they realize, you know, these planets are kind of boring. And then they just start turning on their neighbors and be like, now this is some fascinating stuff.
I was accidentally watching my neighbors. I was sitting, looking out my window, just looking at the sun and the sky, and then I got this, pull-up bar that's right by my window. So I'm looking at the sky, but it looks like I'm looking at this family, and they're looking up at me. It's uncomfortable, man.
Are you using that pull-up bar?
Hell no.
So you're just standing under it and stretching?
No, I mean, I can see it from my window.
It is, yeah. If somebody looks out their window and you're clearly looking right in, it's a very odd.
But I wasn't. It looked like I was.
Yeah. They're never going to believe that you weren't. That's the horrible thing about it. Well, yesterday, I know I was sitting there being like, okay, what's going to go on with the hair thing? And a lot of people it's not really deemed an essential business. And now that you've got the statewide lockdown, nobody going to be getting their hair did here coming up for the next month. So what are people going to be doing? So quarantine hair, that is going to be the new style for a lot of people.
I got quarantine hair.
You're just letting it go. And hey, you know what? God bless you. I say, this is a time where we're all going to look a little bit different in the next 30 days.
A little rough. Look a little rough.
Yeah, I found out yesterday, I guess, my solution, Hair Club's doing something I think is really smart. If you need products, they can just ship those to your house. And then they're doing virtual appointments where all you need is a stand-in hairdresser, and they will walk them through the process of your haircut to touch up so that you don't look so shaggy. And now the thing is if you ask that question, if other people took on to the genius of the hair club, who would be that go-to person that you would trust most to cut your hair? Some of us think it's themselves, but you really can't cut the back of your own head. That's the problem. The hair that's back there is going to be tricky.
You can't see it and you can't reach it. You really can't cut your own hair.
So who is your go-to person, Virginia, if you had to get a haircut in the next 30 days, if you had to, who would be the person that you would trust to give you the haircut, even if they had, somebody's a virtual hairdresser there, that was on the line or watching and be like, okay, do this. Here's the kind of snip you need to make. Who would be that person? Would you trust Panda to do it?
Yeah, Panda.
Panda would do it.
He's an artist. He's good with his hands. I feel like he could probably do the best.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's very steady with that. Yeah, I think he'd be good.
Mags could help too. She's got that beauty thing. She's good with hair. She's good with her own hair. I would trust Panda or Mags.
I'm just curious if we had to put them in order of who you trust most to least. Magnolia, Panda, Jaybird, Rocco.
Look, I got history cutting hair, y'all. I see what you're doing, trying to start a civil war.
I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out where it would rank out here, because we may all have to start coming up with that list of, okay, if I have somebody that needs to trim me up a little bit, who do I go to that I'm quarantined with, that I have that connection with, that I trust the most to not mess my hair up?
My guy, without a doubt, only talking about Denny's.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's my guy. Well, he's just my guy with any of that stuff.
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. I think everybody's going to need that person, or else they're just going to let it go. There is a men's style expert that's saying, since, the haircuts are pretty much not going to be happening right now, that long hair for men is becoming very popular. I don't think we have a choice. And he thinks
what are you doing?
I was trying to move my hair.
Okay.
You look like you're having a seizure.
He believes that this actually might be a look that people cultivate even after the quarantines are over. And he said that guys are now also growing quarantine beards. Now, guys already had a lot of facial hair, but now they're just going for longer and unkempt. Like, the style will become, you don't do anything. Just random hair shooting all over the place will be kind of just how everybody's going to look, and we'll all say that a lot of times is what fashion is. Sometimes is you just, out of necessity or whatever, you just gravitate in towards what everybody else is looking like, and that becomes the style.
Kind of like we're all in the wilderness and we're just letting it go, baby.
That's
we're
it.
all going to be gross and grow it all out.
Yeah, going to look primal.
That actually might
Primal's in.
enhance the baby boom too. Primal, going back to your natural
Right. Oh yeah. Urges. Yeah, that could be it. And they also say that sales of wireless bras have almost doubled since the lockdown started. Huh. Wireless bra.
I went and almost bought a couple because I just started looking at my underwear going, man, my bras are nasty. Some of these bras are older than my oldest child. And I wanted to replace them, but I don't want to replace them with uncomfortable bras because right now I just, comfort is king.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. A lot of people are seeing that.
Gap Body had a sale the other day. They had a bunch of wireless bras that looked so comfortable.
I wouldn't. If I was a chick, there's no way I'd be wearing. I would never wear a bra. It'd be free, baby, free.
But if you don't wear a bra and you have any kind of size to your boobs, they're going to get droopy quick, and then they're facing down at your toes.
Love me from my mind, not from my boobs.
Yes.
Only if you got like high and tight ones can you pull that no bra.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Have you purchased something that you would say was to help you through the coronavirus lockdown? Is there a purchase that you've made, like a wireless bra or like a whole box of wine like we did?
I bought probably 83 bottles of tonic water.
Yeah.
Because it has that quinine in it.
Oh, interesting.
And I've been drinking it every day, guzzling it.
Okay. I got Emergency. That was my little go-to, doing that. Bird, did you buy anything? Any special purchase to help you through the coronavirus?
Yeah, I bought whiskey. Some other stuff too.
Yeah, I think booze has been, I think, probably the number one if they did an actual survey.
I bought some booze, bought some other things.
Yeah. Okay, just kind of curious. Did you make a special purchase like a wireless bra to help you through the coronavirus? You can let us know about it. 877-979-WRMF.
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ e-blast and stay connected.
Coronavirus comfort purchases. Talking yesterday about just how many people are buying booze, and a lot of people have done that. Alcohol sales are up 55%.
And that's just today, Kev.
They were going with the hard liquor first, wine second, beer third. So people are going for the hard stuff.
They're going for the whiskey, the vodka.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm thinking about getting into some wine. I don't know. Little wine evenings.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of been doing that. It's been nice. Feel very sophisticated.
Do a little wine chat. Open up some wine. Maybe get a little FaceTime going with Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
That's the sound of enthusiasm.
I'll be sure not to answer.
I
don't want to have any drunk FaceTime.
All right. I'll drink by myself again.
I told you, I'm not a good drinker when I'm stressed. I'm a happy drinker. I like celebratory drinking and being happy and hugging and singing.
Yeah, I was just kidding. I was just trying to keep it light.
I can't.
But if you want to keep it heavy, we can.
I'm not there.
I know we're not going to drink wine and FaceTime. I'm just trying to have some fun.
Well, a lot of people were saying for their comfort purchase for the quarantine, here's somebody that did 10 bottles of vodka. That's impressive. 10 bottles of vodka.
Is that enough to get you drunk?
They drank it?
That's what they purchased.
That's
that's the purchases you've made.
Okay,
yes.
So they're ready for 6 months.
That's vodka hoarding. I go and get some vodka and I see that you have 10.
And if you do a lot of vodka shopping, you know there's a difference between the bottle and the handle. You know,
Yes.
I do the handle.
Yeah, we know.
No one doubted that.
You're a jug kind of a guy.
I'm a jug kind of man. Yes, let's go jugs. So I don't know if they went to bottle or handle, but they got 10 of them.
Is that bad? I always get so bummed out when I go to get my whiskey and they only have the small version available. I'm like, oh man,
you're right.
You have to buy 3.
You
of
like
them.
to have that comfort,
but it looks like I have to buy 3 of them now. It does look like you have a problem.
You know, it's quarantine, baby. You got an excuse right now. They went 60 packs of Emergency. Wow, that's good though. And a 12-foot kiddie pool since our clubhouse pool is closed. Huh. Yeah, I saw that. A couple people have gotten some above-ground pools.
I've
starting
seen
to sell
that.
a little bit. Yeah. Huh.
I got me a hose. That's how we did it back in Lake Park.
Yeah, we did the sprinkler.
We didn't even have we were so low budget we didn't even have a sprinkler. We would just spray each other with the hose, and we had fun.
You had fun doing it.
We liked it.
Okay.
We did too. It was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know any better.
A lot of people, of course, stocking up on the weed. Somebody got 2 ounces.
Don't advertise it too much.
Yeah. Oh, somebody got a new 3-foot bong. That's their comfort purchase.
A 3-foot bong?
Is Denny's texting in?
Yes, he is.
That's taller than Yoda.
That is really impressive.
It's taller than Rocco.
A 3-foot, that to me is, that's too much. That's too much bong, baby.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Oh, I'd accidentally punch that thing in half.
Vanessa in Fort Lauderdale said, I got acrylic nails and I got my nails done the Friday before they shut the hair salons and the nail salons down, so I'm going to be in trouble in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, she said, my nail tech is fantastic. Regularly, I get fills every 3 weeks. So, what are you going to do with the acrylic nails?
Denny's isn't here for some reason.
He heard you say bong.
3-foot bong.
Yeah, well, so I used to have a 4-foot bong, but the bummer about it.
Of course you did.
The problem with it is if you're trying to practice social distancing, you need somebody to light it for you. It's too far. You can't reach it yourself. You have to have somebody sit at the bottom. You have to angle it, and then somebody is at your feet.
So now technically you should have a 6-foot-long bong?
Oh, if you have the longer...
Social distancing?
That means you'd have to have a partner that you've been around with.
Yeah, you can only smoke with your quarantine buddy.
I wonder who you would find.
Yeah. That's the only bummer about the longer bongs, though. The perfect length, though, if you want to go, it's probably 2.25.
Was it glass?
No, the long one I had was acrylic. I had a really nice glass one, too, that was shorter, that you could light by yourself.
I feel like the glass ones would break easy. Don't give the glass one to you-know-who.
It's a common thing that happens, unfortunately.
Why don't you pipe down?
I didn't say
Why
you.
don't you go back to
I
being...
could have been talking about Jen.
Go back to being depressing.
I'm only coming out of my depression to razz you, and then I'll go right back into
right back at it, yeah.
I only come out for emergencies.
She's like a turtle in a shell. She pops her hat out for an insult and then goes right back in.
Yeah, you're ugly.
Yeah.
Bye.
They say, too, that quarantine comfort purchases that Americans are apparently buying baby chickens in record numbers to help cope with the stress of being isolated.
Aww.
Then are the chickens stressed out because humans are buying them? Like, how long are they going to...
Yeah, I don't know. How do chickens do, and what kind of environment do you need to have them in?
They do great. No, they can just run loose in your yard. As long as you're feeding them like chicken feed, they're great.
Yeah.
Free-range chicken is awesome. In the yard, you don't have to do anything.
Will they snuggle?
Just give it water and food. They will snuggle. We had chickens growing up.
Do they? Because I've had different people. I had a buddy of mine that was, out in Loxahatchee, and he had them, and that made sense. And then I had a friend of mine at Coconut Grove, and she had chickens.
It was
like 6 of
trendy.
them.
It's trendy.
But I was like, and not, Coconut Grove, you can have some yards that are a little bit more spread out. But are there city chickens? Like, what if you live in a high rise in downtown Lauderdale? Are those people? Can you get a chicken there?
I don't know.
Could you have a chicken like you have a cat?
It's not fair to bring a chicken into a condo because a chicken wants to be outside in the yard.
Do they?
But yeah, if you have a yard,
They texted her.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, chicken psychology here. Is that something you could get? Is that deemed to be like, oh, that's not cool for a chicken? Or are they like, no, I'm cool in an apartment. They're fine for me.
I know what you mean. 'Cause especially after the Tiger King thing, people are...
Sure. So if you wanted to get a city chicken, can you get a city chicken?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Just kind of curious.
I feel like a country chicken would be a little bit more down to earth.
Country chicken standard.
He's happier, I can tell you that.
Is he?
City chicken.
Because country chicken usually winds up as dinner. City chicken might just be love for the rest of their life.
City chicken's too
I'm
fat.
telling you, I know. In the country, yeah, chickens don't have a long lifespan. City chickens?
Well, we're talking about pets here. We're not talking about any
In the
kind of
country, they don't
dinner.
have a lot of pet chickens.
So you
We had pets.
Did you?
We never ate a single chicken, and
So
we
you
had
thought.
plenty.
So
think-
you thought.
Oh
don't-
my gosh.
Do not let her have it at home. Please don't.
Kevin?
Don't have a breakdown.
Sorry. Okay.
Do not call my mother and ask her if any of those chickens ended up on the dinner table.
How many of your pets did you actually eat, Virginia?
That happened to our old producer. She found out she ate one of her pets.
It was a cat.
Oh my God! No, it wasn't. It was not a cat.
That's next level.
But it was a pig.
Yeah, no,
That's pretty messed up.
Well, that's country way. That's the tough thing about being a country kid is you got to know that you get attached to these animals and you got to understand the reality of it.
To me, though, I think the parents should totally not let the kid become attached. If you know that pig's going to be dinner, you should not allow that kid to become attached to that pig. I'm sorry.
They would. I know. I grew up like with country kids, and their parents are just like, "Don't be soft, boy," and you got to realize it's just what we do.
I wouldn't
And they
make
would
it.
tell them.
I wouldn't make it in the country, and I don't think I'd make it in the city either.
Yeah, you're in the city and you're not doing so
You
good.
can't find your place.
Oh, where's my place in this world?
It's somewhere between the city and the country, maybe?
I do well at buffets. That's where I should live.
That's where you should live. Okay, well, here's the answer. A lot of times farm animals just not welcome in the city. And that's coming from Port St. Lucie. Said you can't have chickens in the city limits. So as these people are trying to get little baby chicks as comfort animals, apparently you can't have them as a pet. I mean, a rooster's loud, but a chicken's not. I don't know why you can't. Why couldn't you have a chicken?
Is the rooster the one that goes cock-a-doodle-doo?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. They make some noise, but I mean, they're regular chicken.
I wonder if roosters snuggle. I feel like they'd peck you.
Yeah, a lot of times they're fighting birds, jaybird. Yeah,
It's tough to snuggle through blood.
Yes, right. It might take your eye out. I don't know if that's going to work out. Well, we got a lot of people that are really stepping up and doing some awesome stuff. I know for a lot of people it's a very tough time and just trying to find a way to keep our sensibilities and our sanity through all this chaos and also stay well. I think it's pretty nice what this group of nurses did in Lee County, just on the west coast of Florida here. They, at the hospital, recorded their own TikTok dance and encouraged healthcare workers to smile more. They did Salt and Pepper by Push It. Shows them having a little bit of fun and saying, yeah, this is tough. And I know most of the videos showing nurses were crying, but we're smiling. Let's, try to do our best and keep up jolly spirits as best we can through a very tough time.
My sister yesterday did something for herself. She decided to take her lunch outside, which she never does.
Yep.
And she said it changed her whole perspective because she's got 20 patients with the coronavirus that she's taking care of every day.
Yeah.
But she went outside for her lunch instead of staying inside in the hospital around all the sad.
That's
and
smart.
She changed her perspective. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Sometimes you got to change the channel, as they say.
Yeah, I got to tell you, there is a lot to be said about being outside, and we've got at least hopefully another month of some pretty decent weather. And yesterday I was working in a dark office. I was like, getting through it. And then I went outside and decided to do a little bit of work out there in the backyard. Man, it was like, I'm like, you know what? My mood was so much better. The weather was absolutely beautiful. The sun was out.
Some people believe, and I can totally see it, gardening, doing all that kind of stuff. When you get down.
Earthing, yes.
When you do that, it's a very spiritual experience. You feel like you are in contact with the universe. I can see how that would be a refresher for you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something to it. Plus, you get the vitamin D from the sun, which is good for you.
I love it.
Yeah, they say the video they just posted yesterday already has more than 40,000 views. So that was really cool. And we've been talking about our KVJ heroes of the day, and it's just so many people that we need to give a shout out to that you just can't even do one. People are hitting us up with all the people that, hey, don't forget, because, the healthcare workers on the front lines, without a doubt, they have a very tough job. But we shouted out a bunch earlier this morning. We did yesterday. Somebody said, hey, the janitors, the housekeepers, personnel in hospitals, things like that. Absolutely. House of Hope in Martin County is giving out food to 365 families just this last week alone. That's great. Garbage men, essential, and they got some hazardous stuff that is going on right now. Even cable technicians, whether it be Comcast or AT&T, they're still going into people's homes and installing and repairing service for everybody. They're not changing what they're doing. They need a little bit of love. Somebody said, how about the elevator mechanics? They're still out there working in condos and hospitals every single day. So give a little bit of love to them. Postal workers, we shouted out yesterday.
Anybody that's being cool and doing all that stuff, you get a shout out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's hard to say everybody because, like you're saying, you read, what about these people? What about them?
Yeah, and we're trying to, give a little bit of love to everybody. Somebody said, hey, people in banks even, the stimulus checks and need to get some money to keep things going. The drive-thru is slammed for us. Everybody forgets about us, but we're still here.
Fast food workers.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yesterday, the pharmacy lady, I had to come back and then go back again and then go back again because it wasn't called in right. It wasn't the pharmacy's fault, but she could not have been nicer and tried to be more helpful.
Yeah.
And they just realized that people are stressed out and freaking out because I was picking up prescriptions for somebody who's sick, and she knew I was panicked.
Yeah.
But she was so comforting.
You had the look, Virginia?
Oh, I got the look.
Virginia's got the look.
She's got the look.
It ain't good.
The panic look.
It's not good.
Yeah, so if you do see anybody that's doing something great, let us know so we can give them a shout out. They at least deserve that. You can A lot of people have been Texas, but probably the most reliable way, just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Somebody wanted to point out that Christ Fellowship in Boynton and Feeding South Florida has a food line this morning. You pop your trunk, and they'll put a box of food in it. I know yesterday, I think they're doing at the fairgrounds in Martin County. I think there was 500 people in line.
Nice.
Getting food.
And they were just taking care of everybody?
Yeah.
Wow.
Doing good stuff.
I love it. I love that.
KFC is sending 1 million pieces of chicken to locations across the country and encouraging franchise owners to give it away for free. So that's really cool.
Wow.
A lot of people need some food. Some guy outside of a Walmart in Georgia handed out toilet paper and cash to people all dressed as a Power Ranger.
Aw.
Isn't that cool?
That's adorable.
Yeah, it's nice people just doing things like that, realizing shaking it up will brighten somebody's day.
And your costume serves as your PPE.
Yeah.
Personal protection
Yeah,
equipment.
right. Yeah,
so,
your mask, your filter.
mean, you're covering yourself.
Yep, true. Very true. They say thousands of Airbnb hosts have offered hospital workers free places to stay.
Love that.
Yeah, that to me is just one of the most
Hotels are
amazing
doing that
things.
too.
Yeah.
I've seen several hotels step up and do that and just say, look, we don't have any guests right now, so we're going to take all the doctors and nurses so they don't have to go home and bring it into their houses with their families.
Yeah. You know, the thing I like that we were talking about yesterday was at 8 p.m. It's something that's kind of catching on. A lot of cities around the country are doing it, where at 8 o'clock people are going outside and they're doing a round of applause, just clapping or making noise for all the healthcare workers that are there on the front lines and doing it every single night, 8 o'clock. And I was just kind of curious, like, what places in South Florida are doing that? It seems the videos I've seen the most effective are if you're in high-rise areas.
Near a hospital is ideal, but I mean, a high rise, everybody can do it and you can all see each other.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like curious if you're in one of our high-rise areas, you know, either Fort Lauderdale or, you know, West Palm or Brickell or something like that. Are people doing that? Are people going out on their balconies at 8 o'clock? Is that caught on to South Florida? People doing that? Because, like, I could do it, but I'd just sound like an insane guy in his backyard clapping.
Well, man, if I go out in my courtyard, they already think I'm so weird in my neighborhood. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Looney Tunes at it again.
So they're not going to be shocked.
They're not.
Just do it. It'll make you feel good.
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, hey, maybe the love is going out there, Jay Bird. Yeah.
They'll be like, he's really lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will sound.
Finally.
It'll sound
He's
like I've
snapped.
lost it.
Yeah.
He thinks he's at a concert.
That's right. Thanking all of our KVJ heroes out there that are basically anybody in an essential business. If you got to be out, you are definitely taking a little bit of a chance. So we appreciate all of you. Pest control, AC techs, grocery stores. Thank you to liquor store people, too. Thank you for being there. I don't know what we do without you.
Absolutely.
And laundromats, too. Hey, we're out here. Yeah, that's right. Making sure the machines are disinfected and cleaned.
We love you all.
Yeah.
Damn it. We love you all.
Yeah, we do. A lot of love. Can't give you enough. So, yeah, you can. We'll drop that again today. Instagram is pretty much where it's at. We got a lot of stuff going on up there if you want to stay plugged in to what people around are doing.
I mean, I know me and Denny's did the my toy collection yesterday. We were thinking about doing a live video of us playing Connect 4. So we're trying to move the needle, baby.
Yeah, I think I really want to get in on that Connect 4 fun.
You're more than welcome to come over.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I can't go to. You can come to my place though.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't
Okay.
know. It ebbs and flows from day to day. You never know what you're going to get. So some people are set one way, some people are set other days, and some people are set differently from day to day.
That's
true.
Yeah. So I just never know exactly what we're all going to get. So.
I want to see another cooking Virginia video.
Well, you will today because my crawfish connection called me and told me that he got a bunch of crawfish in yesterday. Pop's Fish Market down in Deerfield Beach. And the crawfish festival that we did last year was supposed to be next weekend. It was supposed to be on Saturday, but of course it's canceled, so we're not going to be making any crawfish. But since my guy has crawfish, I'm going to drive down to Deerfield Beach and going to pick up the crawfish. I'm going to boil it up tonight, and I'm going to give it out for free tomorrow during the show.
You're a hero, Virginia.
Anybody who wants crawfish makes me happy. Cooking makes me happy, and it all makes me feel better. And so, if anybody loves crawfish like I do, I'll be giving it out for free tomorrow morning, just like we did the toilet paper.
That's very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are doing stuff, giving out the food, and I think that's awesome. And there's also some really cool takeout deals. If you know of one, you can let us know, pass it on. I'd seen that Copper Blues, I don't know if they're doing it at the location at Rosemary Square in West Palm, but at their City Place location in Doral, they are throwing in free beer with any takeout order.
Oh, wow.
If Copper Blues was on my delivery list, I would be ordering their food a lot. They have really good food.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Their cheese sauce is amazing.
Yes, they do.
There's a few restaurants I wish they would get involved in that whole delivery game because I would order them.
It's hit or miss. Yeah, I don't know. And there are some places, in South Florida, like the Copper Blues, that they've got locations. I wonder if they're all standard, from place to place and what they're doing. Like if you had a Tap 42, are they doing the same every place? I saw that Kvj Taco, too, has $39.99 containers filled with almost a dozen margaritas. So that could be kind of fun if you want to jump onto the...
wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get that baby boom going.
Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, there might be some takeout deals. That's why I want to know. Are there some takeout deals? Like some places are throwing in great perks that you may not realize just to incentivize to get people to get some food and get a little bit of business going. Where, I mean, wait, I get free beer? Wait, what? That's pretty impressive. So I know, Virginia, you're over there working through the testing stuff, trying to set that all up. I know that somebody texted in and said, I'm a first responder. We're finding that there are a lot of fraudulent tests that are out there.
And that's a real problem. There's actually people out there that are preying on people and doing fraudulent tests.
Unbelievable.
I'm going through what I hope is a reputable home health company on the Treasure Coast. Evergreen is the name of it.
Okay.
And I actually got the connection from WPBF.
Okay.
So they vetted it, and I hope that the vetting is good. I can't vet their vetting, but I'm setting up the test for somebody that I love that's very sick, that has been sick for days, and they're going to come out today and do the testing at his house. But the testing is $300. This is not the free testing. So if you do it through these home health nurses that are going to come to your house, it's $300 to have them come in. But on top of the test, you also get a FaceTime visit with a doctor where you can ask your questions. You can get your concerns answered. And this is hopefully somebody that, is familiar with the coronavirus and what's going on and maybe would give good advice.
Nicole texted me and she said, getting tested is a complete cluster, you know what.
It is. It's so true.
She said my boyfriend tested positive and we were with my dad, who has a ton of health issues, to celebrate his birthday. And he's trying to get an appointment at the ballpark at the Palm Beaches and can't get in. He's super high risk. It's so frustrating.
I have my friend that I told you about, super high risk. Went to the hospital, and he didn't have enough symptoms. It was the first 24 hours. His symptoms had just started. Low-grade fever, coughing, a little bit of shortness of breath. He wasn't sick enough, and his x-ray wasn't bad enough. So they're treating him like he has a normal respiratory infection, gave him a bunch of medicine, sent him home, and if he goes into respiratory distress, that's when he's supposed to go back to the hospital, and that's when they'll test him. They refuse to test him. They're not testing anybody who's not being admitted to the hospital.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're not admitting anybody unless you're in respiratory distress. So you have to get so sick that you're knocking on effing death's door before you'll get a test, even if you're high risk.
Yeah, I saw that 78% of COVID-19 patients have at least one underlying health problem. And so that's, the trends that they're starting to find. Every day there's new information that's coming out about it, and you're seeing new trends and new information.
And hopefully, too, as time goes on, the testing is going to get easier and more accessible for people to be able to do it.
Yeah, and I think the question is, these tests come out, is it truly going to be reliable? I even saw that researchers at Carnegie Mellon University have created an app that can determine whether you might have COVID-19 just by analyzing your voice. If you have a smartphone or a computer with a microphone, you cough several times and record a number of vowel sounds as well as recite the alphabet. Then it provides a score representing how likely with this algorithm that you've got COVID-19. I'm like, wait, what?
I don't know if I would trust that.
I know. I
way.
thought the same thing. I'm like,
Come
wait,
on.
a voice detector is going to tell me if I've got coronavirus?
Yeah, I already sound like I have it. I have a man's voice.
Yes.
I've had this voice for a very long time. It absolutely would come back 100% corona.
You've had corona voice forever.
Yeah, and I'm not sick.
Yeah, they say it's just in the beginning stages and they've not been approved by the FDA or CDC. And they say it's unlikely it would ever be as accurate as a lab test. I'm like, would you want to trust it? I'm like, let me cough into my phone.
No, do not trust anything like that.
And then you hand it off to your buddy. Here, cough into my phone. Then you hand it on to somebody else in the street. Hey, cough into my phone.
Yeah, that's not at all suspicious.
I thought that too. I was reading. I'm like, this can't be real, right? Craziness. A couple other shout outs. April sent in an email. I want to give a shout out to Palm Beach Gardens PD. They're still out there every day, keeping us all safe during these uncertain times or risking their bodily harm. And now through COVID-19, they're doing the same thing with the same focus and dedicated as always. Yes, always thank you to the people, the Thin Blue Line. Always appreciate you. Mangrove Bay community got this shout out to our caregivers and staff caring for our elderly residents and making sure to keep them safe and healthy. Leanna sent that in. Thank you very much from Jupiter. And also shout out to Isla Mirada Beer Company. For the past couple weeks, the owner, even on weekends, set up a Zoom meeting for kids, and they're reading books at 11:30 a.m. And today they're doing a show and tell with the kiddos. So there you go.
Is Isla Mirada the place I ate rocks?
No.
That was somewhere in the Keys where that
Yes,
happened.
it was. That was Marathon, I believe. That was right. What was it? It was right just north of 7 Mile Bridge. It's Sunset Grill.
That place was. I liked that place.
It's a wonderful place. Yeah, it's beautiful. Pool right there, right on the water. Absolutely. So there you go. Isla Mirada Beer Company reading to the kids, and I guess they get a free beer as well. So congratulations.
All right. Well, hey.
Free beer for the kids?
I don't know.
Drink them if you got them.
Maybe as a typo.
News is coming out every day, Virginia. Things are changing.
That's right. We've just thrown out the drinking laws.
We're going to let kids drink because we know they're stressed.
That's right. It makes sense. Oh, yeah. Somebody just texted in from the 772s like going, I'm working from home now, and I just realized, wait, I can watch you guys on my TV.
Yeah, Pizzle.
Yes.
I'm very happy now.
KVJ TV.
Yeah, if you got one of those smart little TVs, a lot of times, hey, my X1 DVR will do it for me. I can pull up stuff that's on YouTube right there on my flat screen TV, and you can do the same thing. You just go to YouTube and you look for the KVJ show, and bam, it's going to be right there.
I purposely wore a low-cut dress today just for KVJ TV.
Mm-hmm. There you go. See, Virginia's bringing out the cleavage for you. Don't want to miss out on that.
Jaybird is pantsless.
Wait till what I'm wearing tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
After the show podcast coming up, we're going to be answering the questions from the Raise Your Hand poll, including 3 out of 5 members of the KVJ show said that they've done drugs with celebrities. We'll find out exactly who.
I don't know if some of us can tell our stories.
Okay, well,
I can. I'm telling mine.
All right.
I looked it up. It's been that long, and they're not famous anymore, so screw them.
I think you know 2 out of the 3 now. So, and then there's Denny's, me, and Suits. Wow, I wonder who's the third.
You know it's not Kevin.
All right, Jaybird, give us a thought for the day.
Our days are happier when we give people a piece of our heart rather than a piece of our mind.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Want to find the KVJ Show on social media? Just search KVJ Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.